So it's very interesting because two questions came in about dragonflies, one right after the other. One was how can you connect the dragonflies because they're a spirit guide, spirit animal, and the other was about what do they mean? What's the symbolism of a dragonfly? So there's just a couple of generalities. I'm not going to talk about dragonflies specifically. I'll use them, but this is just in general about animals and those types of spirits. One, symbolism. I personally do not get into spirit animal symbolism or anything because of this. And this is very important for people to understand as they're studying and awakening to the idea that symbols are sent to you, that things are sent to you to give you awareness of certain things. There is not a global symbol for anything. It is all based on your individual reality, perception, and how you see that animal, that figure. Here's the example I give every single time. Spiders. Spiders to me are extremely creative, extremely conscious, extremely beautiful creatures. I have no fear of them. I love them. They come to me. I talk to them. I work with them. Literally talk to them. Like they'll crawl on my hand and I'll be like, where do you want to go? They'll go put me on the tree. If I don't put them on the tree and I try to put them anywhere else, they won't get off. I put them up to the tree. Boom, they jump off. They're extremely connected with me. Somebody else sees a spider. And again, when I see a spider, I feel creativity, beauty, art, mathematics, there's all kinds of different things that spiders mean to me. Most people would see a spider and instantly be afraid. It is a symbol of fear to them. And that is all it is a symbol of fear to them. It's funny, it's an ant. I almost thought a spider was on my foot. Uh, it's a symbol of fear to them. So you have to go into symbols understanding that there are a multitude of meanings and definitions depending on your spirituality, your religion, your ethnic background, cultural background, all this stuff. Every symbol, whether it's a dragonfly or not, has different levels of meaning. For me, a dragonfly means luck and some other things based on my own experiences. That can mean the same thing to other people. It can mean luck and abundance and that. Earlier today, I was doing a reel and a dragonfly flew over, spun around me and landed on my leg and then wouldn't get off until I tried to show it to people. They might still be flying around here. You might see them in the background by the pond. But so it's interesting that I saw the comment or the questions after that happened, I believe. So the dragonfly has that meaning to me, but to other people, it can mean a ton of different things. It could, to some people I know, it's a representation of a dragon energy, spirit energy they have around them, manifesting and saying hello. And it's just saying, hello, I'm here. And they send dragonflies. For some people, it's that. For some people, it's ancestors from the dead trying to communicate and say hello. And it's a symbol for that ancestor because that ancestor really loved dragonflies. Same with butterflies, spiders, all that. The symbolism depends on the person. I can give you general symbolism, but that doesn't help everybody. So what I always say with symbols of any kind is research the symbol, think about what you were experiencing and thinking about at the time that you experienced the symbol, and feel into the meanings of which one resonates with you. Spirit will tell you and lead you to the meaning that is most applicable. And understand that it is a symbol in the moment of your experience of whatever you are experiencing in that moment. So that thing can come along, and for a spider is a perfect example. A spider can come along and be a symbol of fear for you, and then a year later a spider comes along and is a symbol of creativity, and then a year later a spider comes along and maybe you had a loved one who loved spiders, and it's now an awareness that your loved one is around. The symbol meaning can change based on your experience in the moment, based on what is happening. So keep that in mind too. Um, Now, how do you communicate with those symbols? If you want to communicate with a dragonfly, with an insect, this applies to everything, with a galactic, with a tree, with whatever. Just talk to it. Now, I say that, and that sounds easy, simple. Not everybody is at a frequency to clearly hear and understand these beings. But in the moment, if there's dragonflies flying around, in the moment, if you're not somebody who hears clearly just walking around like I do, sit down, center yourself with a few breaths, meditate, and start energetically asking the world, asking whatever it is, if it's a dragonfly, for example, start energetically asking it, feeling it, and going, what do you want? How can I help? Why are you here? Start asking questions, but do it in the moment. Don't wait. This is important with building galactic awareness and frequencies too, that as galactics are presenting to you, in the moment they present, start talking to them, even if you can't hear them. I went years not being able to hear the faeries clearly. I could feel them around and I could see them occasionally, feel them more. But I would talk to them still. And then I would get feelings, not clairaudience, but I would get a feeling of go look over here, go over there, and something magical would happen. So use all of your senses, understanding you might not hear them right away, but in the moment that you feel you're supposed to experience something, that's the moment you're supposed to experience it. That's the moment you're supposed to sit down and meditate and do some vibrational work and say hello and integrate more of that frequency so you can naturally do it at all times. So if the dragonfly flies around you, take a moment, take a few deep breaths, sit down. If you're with people, just say, hey, can I have a few minutes alone? And most people will be like, yeah, sure. You know, walk over to a tree, sit down by the tree, talk to the tree, meditate beside the tree. You may not hear it clearly. You may feel more what it's thinking. You may see it in your mind's eye. You may experience it some other way. But the idea is, in the moment you want to experience something, sit down and try to experience it. You may not have clarity on what is happening. Just know that you're working towards clarity. By doing the steps, you're working more and more to integrate that into your reality, that frequency, that level of existence. So a lot of you are going to go sit by a tree. You're not going to hear anything. You're not going to see anything. But you know internally, you know intuitively that tree can talk to you. You know the dragonfly can talk to you. You know that you can have a conscious conversation with those beings. So the fact that you know is allowing you to sit down in a state of using a tool, meditation, to bring you in a space where you can feel them. The more you feel them, the more you'll start to believe. The more you believe, the more that is your reality. The more you know, feel, and believe. You have to have all three. Know it, feel it, believe it. And that's why I say sit down on the ground in the moment. Try to do something in the moment to communicate. It doesn't have to be meditation either. It could be a different tool. Tarot, runes, pendulum, whatever. Do it in the moment. That is, you're honoring the knowing that there is more to the world. You're honoring the knowing that they exist, that they can communicate. And then in the moment you're experiencing that, feel whatever you feel. Allow yourself to feel it. Allow yourself to feel them, to experience them through feeling, and believe it. Walk away from that experiencing, believing. Even if you didn't experience anything, still continue to believe they are real. The more you do that, the more you'll integrate those frequencies and be able to do that naturally every day, every moment, and just have stuff talk to you all the time, because it's all energy, it's all unity consciousness. It's all here, and you can talk to everything. But know it, feel it, believe it, do it in the moment. Love you all, grateful for each and every one of you. If you want to see who's around you, please consider a spirit art reading, awakenwithwillow.com. Love you all.